Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Luka stream. If it is your first time here, a double welcome to you, and also, I love you. And hey, it's time for finish Ace Attorney. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be good. Mina not here yet. Hold on. I'm gonna unmute and shit on Discord, and then I guess Mina will join at some point. Actually, that gives me time to set up our... yeah, it sure does still do that. I need to turn that on. Turn Mina's Talk Sprite off. And turn Ace Attorney on. There we go. Alright. Ugh. Big sleep. Big sleepy today. The biggest sleepy today. I'm opening drink. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just cracking some shit open. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Ace Attorney. It's time. Hold on. Where the heck is Mina? Oh, there she is. You've arrived.
I always arrived just on time.
Just on time. Alright, are you ready?
I am ready. Let's ace these attorneys.
I need to stream the game to you. I forget that every single time.
That's okay. I think this is the only game you have to do it for because of the dialogue nature of it.
Just because of the nature of it, yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be. This is a freaking fantastic case, and I'm really excited to see your reaction to some of the last twists we have.
Fucking the Matt Onguard thing really... Oh my... Wait, it's doing... this fucking song again.
Yep.
Wait, no, wait.
Not
Is this
just
right?
the song.
It's... Oh, it's doing the Nightmare again?
Yep. Bookends.
Oh, that's actually very good. That's so good. I love that a lot. It's very cute.
I'm just a small town attorney.
He doesn't talk like Lotta. What are you doing?
What if he did though?
What if he did though? I can't do a southern accent.
Dang. Can you do a French accent?
No, I cannot.
Some French Canadian you are.
I am the worst French Canadian in the world, actually.
I'm just taking mental stock of all the characters we're gonna have to voice in future games because you can't do that funny accents.
I can try, and I think the effort might be funnier than if I actually pulled it off.
Fair enough. You know what?
All right, let's do it. I'm excited. Oh, I guess Warfy's done playing Path of Exile now. Warfy has been doing a lot of really long streams lately, and it's crazy.
Respect. That like, takes endurance.
I mean, yeah, he's just been doing like the new seasons of like Path of Exile, and I can't even imagine the endurance it takes to play one game. Actually, well, I've done that actually, haven't I? I was about to say like to do one game for like basically 8 hours. I'm like, no, I played Majora's Mask for 9 hours.
Do it consistently though.
Well, I also did Valheim for like 36 hours, but that was different.
Yeah.
hey, come on. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just my birthday. I'm a little birthday boy. Yeah. Yeah, that's Phoenix. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright.
You don't look so well, dude.
Oh, I see.
You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right?
No. I'm not actually.
If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Ugh. Yeah, we saw this. Oh.
So,
Oh. What?
I learned that the glass he has is a glass specifically used for brandy, and it's called a snifter, which is a very funny word to me.
That's a snifter. And I bet this dipshit just has apple juice in it. Adult apple juice.
Apple juice for grown-ups.
Apple juice for grown-ups. Maya, how's Maya?
I don't know.
You don't know?
She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday.
Mia, what am I supposed to do?
Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times is when you have to force your biggest smiles.
But...
You can't give up. There's still some hope left.
Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. And then the Steel Samurai happens.
Yeah, I do feel like, I guess because he's in the defendant lobby, like it's only for him and Phoenix. He doesn't really care if like, the bailiffs see him.
But like, it's very funny that Matt is just like, oh yeah, I'm super evil and I don't care anymore.
Yeah, just gonna carry my snifter in public.
Ugh, it's that accursed on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. Oh no! You're really mean, pal. Ah! Gumshoe, I'm really, really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. The KILLAR. Sorry.
KILLAR.
The KILLAR. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can and find the KILLAR. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. Oh, God. I have to make the trial last longer?
Yeah, run out the clock this time.
We're just gonna delay. If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it.
Yeah, and in this trial, there's 2 fail states. There's if he's declared guilty, then Maya dies. If he's declared not guilty before they can rescue Maya, then he runs over. Then he's gonna get away with murder.
So if you do too good, you lose, and if you do too bad, you lose.
Yeah, you gotta balance it right in the middle.
That's cool. I like that. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Believe in the us who believes in you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe.
It's funny, because this game did come out in English the same year that Gurren Lagann aired.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance.
I sure do. Yeah! I imagine, like, Phoenix, like, raised his fist to the air as he said that.
Just very weakly, just like, yeah.
Yeah! Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know. Okay, yeah, Gumshoe will come through, I'm sure of it.
You gotta depend on Gumshoe to do his job.
Yeah, we are dependent on Gumshoe to do his fucking job.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Dawnguard.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Okay. We're on the same side, bud. Do you have to be so pretentious immediately?
Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Dawnguard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder.
Yeah.
I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell? This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Corrido was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired this assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Dawnguard.
Correct. This is unfortunate.
What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor.
What? What are you talking about? I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true.
We still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound.
Hey, North.
Hello.
I wonder how the trial will turn out today.
Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
Who the fuck is the witness gonna be?
The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he mentioned that at like the end of the last stream.
Yep, he's still wearing a suit.
Why is still wearing it?
He only has one outfit, all the rest was perish in a fire.
Oh no! He doesn't get paid enough on his children's exercise show to get more than one outfit.
He had to sell all of his clothes to get an outfit fancy enough to wear to the gala. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. Wow, I was right!
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah.
Mr. Powers, please, you don't have to put yourself down so much.
Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. That's not true. You were literally the Steel Samurai, bud.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room.
How does... I bet that, like, Miles does probably like having Will around, even if it is in the courtroom, considering he's such a big Steel Samurai fan.
Yeah, like, I love in the first game when he says he's a huge fan of his work, and Phoenix assumes he's being sarcastic, but he's just being 100% genuine.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, the anime takes it up a notch when he and talks to him face to face. He says, "I'm a fan of your work. I've never missed a single episode." And Phoenix is like, "Oh, could you be more sarcastic?" And he looks kind of taken aback by that.
I love that. I want to watch the anime so bad.
Is this correct?
Yes. I didn't know that. Wait, what did he say?
That he visited Matt Onguard's room the night of the murder.
Oh. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify as to when you went to Matt Onguard's room.
Okay. Poor Will. This poor man. After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. We know who he was talking to. We know that. We know who that is.
Yep.
I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
That's such a relatable experience. You want to talk to someone, but they're talking to someone else, so you just kind of awkwardly hover around.
Like, oh, I'm just gonna leave, I guess, or should I stay? I don't know. Oh, I love him. He's so good.
He's great. But these sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
And talking with the bellboy is no big deal.
One assumes that the person Mr. Onguard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we?
He's implying that a bellboy would be the only person that would have access to both rooms.
Looks like we're in another sticky situation.
Huh?
A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But first, to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right?
I guess so. I mean, but... why is Edgeworth setting a trap? Does he actually want to win?
He wants to find the truth.
Yeah. But, like... Okay, here's the... Mia's taking, like, a weird angle with this, where, like... She still believes Edgeworth to be, like, combative, when, like, really... Edgeworth is also part of the task force that's trying to find Maya. He's the one that put it together. So, like, delaying as long as possible is also part of Edgeworth's plan, right?
think so, yeah.
So, like, what Edgeworth is doing is, like, giving Phoenix enough to work with to put off a verdict as long as possible. So while, yes, he is technically being combative, he's also being helpful?
Question mark?
I guess? The
He's being
defendant's room...
Edgeworth, basically.
Yeah, that's fair. The defendant's room? Why'd you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I wanted to say congrats.
What's wrong? Why did you stop?
Mr. Wright! What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time? I mean, yeah, that's true, though.
I think Mo was one of the very few witnesses who managed to get through the entire testimony without implicating himself or anyone else.
Or, yeah, without implicating himself or being implicated by Phoenix.
Yeah.
Poor Will. Hey, Worfy.
Witness.
Worfy, how long was your friggin' stream today? Because I know you've been doing a lot of long ones for Path of Exile lately.
I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
Sorry.
So you went to the defendant's room, and then?
Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken.
And? What was the defendant doing standing in the front of his own room?
At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. He had a bottle of juice on a tray. I see. Wait, so this is like it basically immediately before the murder then?
Probably, yeah.
Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. Saturday's was 9 hours, yesterday's was 6. Oof.
Yikes. That's impressive, though.
Yeah, Worfy, that is impressive. I can't imagine playing... I mean, like... But I guess that's because I'm not really a fan of, like, Diablo-like games. I couldn't imagine playing a game like that for 9 hours.
I think there's some games I could play for. I think I could probably play Monster Hunter for like 9 hours straight, because that game's like a fun grind.
I mean, I could play Final Fantasy XIV for 9 hours, but that's also the kind of game where I have other stuff going on in the background.
Yeah.
Like, while you're streaming, you don't have other stuff going on in the background.
That's true.
I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do.
So how long did you watch the two of them?
Does he normally not tip? What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
It's not by choice.
Wait, no, but he's rich, though. That's rich.
No, I mean, I'm saying Will can't pay.
Not more than a minute or two, I think. Is that why he thought it was weird that he tipped?
That's the joke I'm making, yeah.
Oh. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because, like, Will was, like, the Steel Samurai, the star of, like, the most popular children's TV show, and he's fucking broke, right? So,
Yeah.
Matt's in that same role, and Will's like, how the fuck does he have the money to tip? What the hell is going on?
No class solidarity here.
I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Oh, yeah. What am I doing? So, who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further.
You remember this incident? Did Mr. Power leave his seat that night?
I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state, I ended up focusing on her.
I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long.
Yeah. And... oh, I have to actually present something.
Yeah. This is a final trial, baby. It's hard mode.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Worthy. Yeah, like that's what I do. That's what I would do with FF14 if I were to ever stream it. I would do the story stuff and like nothing else on stream, I think. So okay, she specifically pointed this out. But okay. So he's talking about
Maybe press this one again, or press the one that she pointed out again. Sorry, not that. I didn't mean that one specifically.
oh.
Oh, okay, I think I get it now, because he said that he couldn't really put his finger on what was strange, right? So maybe now that you know that he gave a tip, that's the strange thing?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Hey, Raven. Hello, Val.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Wow! That's a weird one.
Yeah, I remember there being a couple times in this case where you have to double back and repress something that you couldn't check before.
Jeez. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... yeah. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah! Yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well.
Yeah, what was with that interjection there?
Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right? Yes, Will. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. Why is that? Okay, yeah, let's figure out why that's weird. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Oh, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? Oh. That's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket, and that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all.
It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. The face. No?
No one really knows his face, so...
Yeah, that's not important at all.
Yeah.
At the moment. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. His experience obviously disagrees. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much?
Would you please clarify for the court about how much you would say the defendant gave to the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. Oh, so this was the moment of payment, huh?
Yeah.
A roll of cash?
Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be described as a tip, Your Honor.
It's very strange hearing Edgeworth say a very fat roll of cash. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Oh. I mean, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, unless you see a health bar, there's no risk for it.
Oh, wait. There's nothing I can really object to here. I mean, also, that's true. I mean, who can argue that a fat roll of money isn't really odd?
So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw? Yes, he was the assassin.
Dun dun dun! He was the killer!
Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor?
That's very funny to me for some reason.
I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the Killer? He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that this person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer.
Really?
What's wrong, Mr. Powers?
No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out.
Oh?
Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What?
Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Right away. When did he see him? Was he with us when... No, he wasn't with us when Maya got the call, right?
Yeah, you went away from him for a bit.
This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, the bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean...
Thank you very much. That is all we need for now.
Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more.
Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor.
That would be correct, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh.
Fuck you. What the fuck, Edgeworth? Ha ha ha.
Dance, monkey, dance. This is no laughing matter.
Thanks. Thanks, Mia. I didn't know that. As if that laughing wasn't entirely sarcastic. Okay, yeah. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, and then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess it was maybe around 8:10 p.m. by that time. 10 minutes?
You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers?
Will, did you wash your hands? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say congrats. You nasty. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? I think he's fairly distinct. All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. Ugh. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt.
The story was a no, he didn't. So which room did the bellboy come out of?
Came out of Juan's room. Okay. The victim's room, huh? Yeah. The one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am.
Let's continue with the testimony, shall we?
Yeah. So what exactly was so out of place about him?
Right. Why the insipid grin?
Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? But...
I agree that is a bit strange, Miss Powers.
But he could have just left the tray in the room.
Usually, I don't think you leave the whole tray in the room, right? You just leave what was on the tray in there?
Would you?
I think so. Like, I don't know. I used to bartend, and when we would go, like, you know, deliver drinks to people, we wouldn't leave the tray with them.
Yeah, but I think that's different. That's a bit different from room service.
I don't know. I'm not rich enough to ever have ordered room service. So
Same.
I can't say, but if you're listening and you have ordered room service and they've left the tray with you, please let us know so we can correct this grievance.
Yeah.
Grievous gap in our knowledge.
But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull a fast one? There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't.
If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with his new one.
Gah, Edgeworth. Are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious?
I see. Very well, this court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request.
So Worfy says, I've only seen that in fiction and they do leave the tray, so at the very least it's a common aspect of that trope. That makes sense.
Interesting. Mr. Powers?
What is he amending? Yes, sir. No, yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, but... So we have...
Maybe the crime scene photo?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because we can literally see the tray in the crime scene photo.
Yeah. If that was around 8:10, then yeah, like, he would have been walking out when he was already dead.
Yeah. Mr. Powers! Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? Be nice! As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and, hey, don't be judgmental, Will.
You're the last person who should be judging people based on their opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches?
The dramatic objection music kicking out on that line is so funny.
Also, Will being moved by that. Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, I like how they didn't even make me point to it.
Yeah.
Anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. Oh!
But that would mean the bellboy has seen left a dead body in the room.
Yeah. But can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at that time?
Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. I blame you for leaving down this route.
Oh, they're so easily influenced.
I'm terribly sorry.
What is with him? Why is he laughing?
Witness, isn't there one more thing you'd like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed.
Good one. Good one, Edgeworth.
I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands.
Yeah!
Do British people pronounce it hands or Hans?
I don't know. I would say...
Hands.
Hands. Hans.
Yeah, we'll do H-E-N-D-S.
Ooh, yeah.
Hands.
Yeah. Hands. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind. Ugh. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So? A football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather?
With that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe it was just another bellboy.
Ugh.
The judge knows that he's a gullible weirdo.
He knows, he's aware.
It seems we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony.
The rest?
Oh, yes, please tell us more.
Okay. I almost went very DK there.
Okay.
After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room.
Yeah, I kind of saw all that by accident. Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal.
I'm not normal, Batman.
You ever collect crazy bones, Batman? Those are just normal bones to me.
It also makes sense because we have him. You're doing a Bane voice for him, so it's still in the realm of Batman.
Exactly, and there actually is a villain in the 5th game who is inspired by the Joker as well.
Oh, is there? That's great.
There is, yeah.
Okay.
And there's one in the next game that's inspired by the Penguin too. So we're kind of in a.
This is in the Batman universe.
Yeah, a procession of Batman villains in these next few games.
Hey, Zarboil.
Bonjour, Zabois.
Yeah, I guess that's how you would say that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Zarbois. Okay. I'm gonna say things are looking really bad, and I have no idea how we're gonna, like, turn the tables here.
Edgeworth's like, how's Wright gonna wriggle his way to this one? Phoenix does so effortlessly. Nevertheless.
Nevertheless. But also, like, everything here is probably true, right?
Yeah, no, Will's a good guy. He wouldn't lie to you.
So, like, do we have to call Will a liar? I don't want to do that.
Oh, hey, Jazz. Shelly the Killer is just a regular guy, according to the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor, underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying.
Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers?
Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye and sort of a sneaky smile like, I knew he was spying.
Please, does it really matter if what he was doing was over or underhanded?
So, I gotta say, the writing in this one consistently still hits.
It's real good.
Whereas, like, I feel like a lot of the stuff in the first one felt, like, really dated, and, like, I don't think I got a lot of really hearty chuckles in the first one, but this one is just, like, consistently giving me, like, good guffaws, because it's just genuinely funny.
They really honed their craft. Like, the first one wasn't expected to do well at all. Like, it even got a really limited print run, but it sold so well that they had to reprint it twice, which is, like, unheard of for a DS game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so they let them have a lot more time and budget for the next two games, which is why they are just consistently of higher quality in terms of the localization and writing.
It's just like legitimately very funny, and like these games came out like what, a decade and a half ago.
Yeah, 2007 is when this and the third game were released in North America.
It's almost like you can do good comedy without having to punch down or something.
I know, right? What did the bellboy do next?
Yes. What did he give him? A card, I guess? No, why would he give him a card? I said hold it! Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Don't ask anything. Just point accusingly. He gave something to this person? Yeah. And what was this something? Ha ha ha. If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I?
This implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers?
Oh, I think I know what it is. I think it was something kind of small.
This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was.
I'll try.
In the meantime, let's talk of another point. Namely, what the bellboy did next.
I think I know what it was.
Yeah, so you should present that then.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely, this is the case in this game that got the most effort put into it. The second case is also important because it sets up a lot of stuff in the third game, but yeah, this is like...
The second case was very good. I like that one a lot, too. Like, Mimi is such a good character. I like that one does, like... Even though, like, the game doesn't address it very well, but, like, you can very easily have, like, a good conversation about, like, the ethics of that case, even if the game didn't really seem that interested in doing so.
Yeah,
like,
but I think that's fine. I think it's good to leave something, like, open-ended.
Yeah, because, like... The whole thing with Mimi and Dr. Gray was interesting, and I do not begrudge Mimi at all for what she did, actually.
Yeah, and like I think it's interesting that in the run up to this case you've got two fairly sympathetic murderers, like with Mimi and Acro. And then you just have the utter bastard that is Matt Ongard in this one to cap it off.
Yeah, I stand in bimbo solidarity, exactly. Which is unfortunate because Matt is a himbo in his docile state.
He's just appropriating himbo culture as a smokescreen.
He's appropriating himbo culture.
He's really a scumbag.
Yeah, he's a fuckboy. Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Ongard's room?
Yeah, I know exactly. He's a quote unquote soft boy. Like, yeah, he's the kind of person who puts on a harmless air to seem like they're a non-threatening soft feminist boy, but then as soon as
God, you're
you get
right.
Close to them, they reveal their true nature.
You're so fucking right, though. He's stealing Charles's shtick, except Charles is actually a himbo and a nice boy.
Wolf in himbo clothing.
He opened the door to Viola Hall. Went in there, and who knows after that, right? Yes, I do.
I love the way you said that. It's like, who knows that? Am I right, boys? Like,
Am I right, boys? He's just nudging Edgeworth. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at that time? Oh yeah, I saw that one thing. What? You saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. It was watching Juan's door like some sort of stalker. I think we can forget about the alien.
Well,
Yeah.
Mr. Power's testimony just now was just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clearer.
Yeah.
Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it?
Ugh, talk about a lose-lose situation. No, literally. We are literally in a lose-lose situation right now. So... yeah, I guess present it here?
Maybe. Yeah, just look at the... Can you go back one line as well?
Oh, wait, there was also something else that we could have asked.
Yeah.
We could have asked about the person in the room. So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
Only an arm?
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah.
I'd like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind.
Yeah, there we go.
When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room.
I am once again one step ahead.
There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm.
Yes, it was just like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important?
It doesn't really sound like it, does it? Oh,
Of course,
no, it
John.
is.
I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client.
That is actually absolutely correct. I forgot where we found this little bear.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what the bellboy handed off.
Well, let's see. I think it was... no.
If you remember, please add it to your testimony.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's...
Alright, yeah, that's what we have to present it on.
This is totally a trap, though. Yeah? Uh-huh.
What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up.
It was me, Your Honor.
What is it, Phoenix?
I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out.
Yes, I mean, yes, something bad is going to happen once we... yeah. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw, was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it! That's the something! Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out!
I recall we found this at Matt on God's mansion.
Immediately.
At the defendant's house?
Immediately, it just looks bad, right?
What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the Killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room, and then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found at Mr. Oncart's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ongard is the killer's client.
Oh, wait, did I make a mistake?
I think that was the only thing you could have done there. I couldn't see anything else.
Yeah, I think that is the only thing I could have done.
Yeah. Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah, this whole case is... yeah. Sorry, Mia.
No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up.
That's why Maya gave it to us.
If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have.
Ah, I almost forgot that he knew about it too. Oh yeah, so I guess we're fucked if we do, fucked if we don't.
Pretty much. I think it's clear that there's no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something where we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
There are still a few points left we have not fully explored.
What are you trying to pull?
Truth? Yeah, okay, does he not know the plan?
Like, he just has a lot of faith in the rescue team, I guess.
I guess so.
Oh, well, we can't have that then. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further?
The person who received the bear. Because we don't know who it... But, no, because it did end up at...
I have to frame Adrian some more.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Sure. There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear. And that is the identity of the person who received the bear. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of...
What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, at least give us a good reason why.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What?
Really?
I mean, I only saw his arm. But, the arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it. You've got to be kidding!
Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Well, that could be two people at this point.
Yeah. Order, order! It looks like you've dug your own grave, yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count.
So the person who took in this little bear was a Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Hongard is the Nickel Samurai.
Are we just forgetting details of this entire case at whim? Just like...
Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer.
What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help!
You don't have time to act lost. You got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry! Now, I will bring this cross-examination to...
Your Honor!
Again, Mr. Wright. We've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. And so at time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright.
I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered.
What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further?
Oh, I see.
I guess the bear itself?
Yeah, why the bear? Yeah, why the bear? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
The bear, Mr. Wright?
This was found at Mr. Onguard's mansion. However, Mr. Onguard was arrested at the hotel that night. Which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. That it's not possible that it was Mr. Onguard who took this bear to his mansion. That's... true. That is correct.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright.
Did Adrian... I guess Adrian had time to go there, right? But then... But like, wait. Huh?
There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Where did the... What is this bear? Phew. Oh. I didn't even get to say that line.
You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
I remember clear as day.
What are you talking about?
I remember what you muttered to yourself at Onguard's mansion.
I don't remember this, actually.
We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape.
I can't believe it. That butler, all this time he was the KILLAR. Oh, right. Fuck.
KILLAR and Onguard were working together, so to speak.
What? That sucks. That sucks so hard.
And the killer was hiding at On Guard Mansion as its butler.
Yeah, but he gave the bear to somebody.
What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to On Guard Mansion by the killer himself.
But he gave it to somebody.
When it looked like he was about to be arrested, On Guard had him do so.
Oh. No, that doesn't make sense. Because how would On Guard have had the bear?
Because the killer took it to his place.
Yeah, but okay, okay.
I assume it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation.
Okay, so what Edgeworth is implying here... No. I guess Will didn't have to see the moment when Matt gave it back to the killer.
Yeah, because that would have happened probably in the hotel room at like 8:30 or whenever the police started to arrive.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for quite a while now.
This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I don't think so.
I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion.
But what is
as
it?
well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room.
But what's the bear, though?
Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Ongard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you?
I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Yes, it is.
Any last objections, Mr. Wright?
Well, do I? What should I do? Why would we hear the verdict? That's the opposite of what we want. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Judges hate it. Your Honor.
Judges hate it. Rookie defense attorney has this one dirty trick that swings entire trials.
Right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at On Guard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. Oh, right.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is it's possible a different person is the KILLAR's real client.
The real client?
Yes.
Tisk, is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer?
I'm sorry, Adrian. We have to do it to you.
You know I had to do it to him.
You know I had to do it to her. Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt On Guard for the crime. By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Ugh! Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw. That could have very well been Miss Andrews. I love Adrian so much, so I feel so bad about this.
Yeah. But what about Mr. Ongard?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Ongard's mansion...
It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it.
I would say there's just as much evidence to support yours.
However, I can't fully discount this possibility either.
Thank you, Edgeworth. What? What do they mean? That's like... That's how this court works, right? What do they mean they can't believe
God,
that I would pin the blame on someone else? That's what we do.
This chant is so good too. Like he's having to justify it to himself while he's doing it.
Yeah. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Do it for her.
Order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Do it
Your
for
Honor.
her.
For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with this what-if game. Is what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear?
Yes! I have wondered that. He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to On Guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it?
Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear.
Oh my god, is it the fucking thinker?
Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who will that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself.
I get to do the voice some more.
Yeah. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess.
This bear is just the fucking thinker, isn't it? It has her. I think like it has little cuts in it and stuff in it, right?
Yep.
So it must open up, and there's something in it.
Big think. The prosecution will prepare its witnesses in advance of time. Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so is that a recess? Oh.
Like, it's not like a save point one.
Oh. Oh, God.
Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought, in your desperation, you tried to pin the guilt onto Adrian.
I'm taking damage.
Look at this snifter.
I hate it. I hate that word for some reason.
The brandy snifter.
Ugh. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls, where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. Oh, really? A really strong power? What? That's... Raven, that's literally exactly what I said, too. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. Oh, God. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where KILLAR and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. One clue. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya has been rescued. But have I just run out of luck for this time? But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? What? Huh? A tent? What? Wait, who? Oh! Mia!
It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me.
So it was Maya that called you away!
I'm walking in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away.
She's at the very big circus?
In Acro's room specifically.
Why what? Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? Of course there is, Phoenix! What are you talking about?
Even if Phoenix forgot.
What?
Or at least he's trying really hard to forget.
I'm so angry! There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya is somewhere within a 30-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 30-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry.
And I can see a mailbox through the window just outside.
Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia?
Mia Ex Machina, I like that. She's the most competent character in this entire series, so of course she always has to come in and save the day
she is
whenever there's trouble.
Literally the most competent character.
There are a couple characters in Great Ace Attorney who could give her a run for her money, though. I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. I feel like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her! An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, Maya's not hurt, right?
She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved.
Gumshoe, please hurry.
Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix?
He forgot on purpose.
Yeah, as soon as that case was over, he just drank himself until he forgot the entire thing.
It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. But is the KILLAR not gonna be there? I guess if the place is surrounded by cops, what's the KILLAR gonna do, huh?
Yeah.
He got MIB mind wiped. This is for your own good, Phoenix.
The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to the client. From this, one obvious question arrives. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand.
Yay!
Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder.
I understand.
Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews?
Of course I have.
You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court as to this bear's secrets?
All right. Why does she... That's a good question, actually. Why does she know what this is? Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. Oh, it's a 3D puzzle. Like one of those little block things.
Exactly.
At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Bad jewelry box. That's a fucking Resident Evil jewelry box.
So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it?
Yes. Looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, Judge.
It looks like there really was something to that bear after all.
So you know, if this was on the DS, they would make me take apart the bear. And I would have to actually do a puzzle, and I would go full head empty.
Yeah, it would stop the stream dead for half an hour.
Yeah, it would probably end up being like a 9-hour stream. A puzzle. That's right.
Looks like an ordinary figure.
True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So, what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Okay. So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in.
Yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Ooh. This is most interesting.
Is he playing with it?
I think that's what the picture shifting side is supposed to imply.
A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. He's so focused.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it.
What do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
And this was a present from you?
Wait. That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. What is up with Juan and bears? It doesn't even seem like he likes them, right? Because there was some in the garbage. So what is up with that? So
I think it's just like, it's one of those things where the fans just associate him with it because of the time he fought a bear.
Oh yeah, he fought a bear. I forgot about that.
So like it's probably grating on him by now. Like he's annoyed at how many bears he keeps getting.
That you know what? That's fair. So it was a present from Miss Andrews.
Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
What is inside the bear? So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the 2 of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
This looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get out what's inside.
Yeah, just stick a hammer to it. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. A jewelry box? Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the 2 of us knew. The 2 of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. On Guard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Yeah. That does make Adrian look slightly suspicious.
I think even you have come to realize that there's one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. The bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What's inside this box?
Yes, exactly. What is inside the box?
What's inside? That's right. That's what we were going to find out next. Witness.
Yes.
You are the only one who can open this. Please.
There's a painful... Oh, wait, is it just going? All eyes are on Miss Andrews now. She solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Yes, it is just going. I accidentally hit a wrong button. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What is that? It looks like a note.
Uh-oh.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright?
Uh-oh.
It's the suicide note.
Uh-oh.
The suicide note? The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impax had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on the document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide.
Uh-oh.
Order! Witness, did you know about this?
What? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. You knew? But that's what... But that's what you were after. What? When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. Oh, yeah. But I couldn't find it anywhere.
This has already been taken by the killer.
Yeah.
Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace.
Why did the killer take it?
So now that the suicide note had been found, what's the next logical question?
What is written on the notes?
That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of this note be made known.
I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it for her sake.
I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop.
Are you sorry? You're not sorry at all. Like, considering what he did earlier, I don't think he's sorry at all.
Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of this note aloud. Very well.
Okay. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by On Guard. About being engaged to Corrida and On Guard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all. Oh, I was expecting a twist to that, honestly. But she really did just do it, huh?
That's all Miss Impax had to say.
Like, I was expecting there to be a twist that, like, Matt had killed her or something.
No, it really just was that Matt's a huge scumbag.
Wow.
There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ongard. Then what?
I mean, this is basically like a character witness, isn't it?
Yeah. Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness?
Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word.
Oh yeah, and we have no way of proving that Matt didn't know about the conference.
Matt Ongard values, above all else, his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
Can we, like... Do we have the option to read it?
You never get to read all of it. Like, I think the game understands that would be a way too, like, deeply personal thing, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's no room for doubt here. Mr. Tequila's client's goal was to obtain his suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
But how did they know that the note was in it?
It seems we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
I agree. Ugh. How am I supposed to escape from this one?
Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do.
I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide notes. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those.
The gavel's already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry.
The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? The figurine.
I don't think so.
No? But, like, they shouldn't know that it exists. Or, like, how to open it, or that the suicide note was in it.
Okay, I guess you can go for that, then.
Like, that's the one that makes the most sense to me. I don't think Celeste's suicide note is, like... Also, there's no way to really dispute that, I don't think. Because it's a suicide note.
I guess, like, Edgeworth said it looks like her handwriting, but, like, there's no way to know for sure, right? You could dispute that and be like, oh, we need to get a handwriting test on it.
But it has her signature on it as well. Like, I think that is less immediately questionable. But still, yes, but still questionable. It's all, you know what? It's only 3 points on the health bar. I think I'll take a risk here.
Oh, it went away, so you're probably good.
Please wait, Your Honor. Sure, shut up. The assassin took this with him from the crime scene after murdering Mr. Corrida. At the request of his client, of course.
So, what's your point, Mr. Wright?
I don't think it's possible that Mr. the Killer's client was Matt on guard. In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. There we go. You can't tell by just looking at it that this bear is really a jewelry box. The chances that Matt on guard thought the note was inside this bear are 0 to none.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. After all, there is no reason why Mr. On Guard would ever want a jewelry box like this. That's also a fair point.
Order, order, order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one.
Unfortunately, I think he believes differently.
He always does.
I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself.
Fuck.
Or this directs the court's attention to this.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Does he have the footage, then? No, he can't. Oh, he must.
Yeah, there's a lot of despair and bears in this case, aren't there?
Yeah, huh?
It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a mean of spying. Spying?
We'll put it there. What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. We gave her the gumshoe, didn't we?
No, he gave it back to you.
He did. You're right. Wait.
Keep going. Matt Hongard and the victim both thought of each other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Hongard.
Oh, yeah.
Order, order! Mr. Wright.
I forgot about the big bear. Yes, Your Honor.
You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities.
Well... Fuck! God damn it, Phoenix! Sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye.
Yes, I do.
But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch.
Fuck.
Using this.
Gumshoe's bug sweeper.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Matt, you fucking idiot.
Matt Onguard's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh?
What am I supposed to say to that evidence? So are all those tapes in his little lounge room just video footage of Juan?
Probably, yeah.
Matt's a fucking weirdo.
It's so funny that he murdered to keep his reputation safe, and then his reputation's being destroyed at this trial anyway.
God.
I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Enguarde learned of his suicide note through this.
Oh.
Yeah, just imagine Matt sitting in his underwear with a snifter full of brandy and that in front of that huge TV, just watching Juan like do his laundry.
What the fuck is wrong with this man?
He was watching the victim all along.
He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Too late, mommy. I'm already the bad killer man.
Phoenix,
Yes, Chief?
have you figured out what you're going to do next yet?
What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work?
Now it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing.
Well, what is it, Mia?
There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate.
Let me see if I can figure out what that is. No, because that would just look bad. It's not the picture, is it?
I think it's probably the suicide note, because like we just learned about it like 5 minutes ago, right?
Oh yeah, and he wouldn't have the opportunity to actually investigate it.
Yeah.
Something he should investigate?
I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item while we had the chance.
Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Alright, I think we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? I guess we'll try to figure it out. I have an objection, Your Honor.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright.
There we go. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily.
You're beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all.
Hmm?
In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing.
Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something?
You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Is it the suicide note?
I think that's the only one that he didn't have a chance to examine first, right?
But, like, the picture hasn't come up at all. Wait.
I don't think the picture, like, really matters in this context, though, because, like, there's nothing to analyze about it compared to the
no,
note.
because this one's, like, fairly straightforward. And the receipt... We haven't even brought up the bear at all, so, like... Also, the stuffed bear isn't really relevant at all at this exact moment.
Yeah.
And the transmitter... is also nothing. Yeah, I guess it must be.
Yeah. That is this Impax of suicide note, right?
See, that's immediately how you know you got the right one, when they actually directly acknowledge what the evidence is.
Yeah, and so there's a generic one.
Who knows? Oh, there we go. So you were one step ahead that time.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed.
Oh.
So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Oh, but we can do it right away with the picture.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting...
Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Enguarde. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you?
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever.
But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it.
What?
Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. God damn, I forgot the glasses. So good. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt on guard. I didn't know such thing.
Right, if you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory.
Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. No.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It's as the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible.
Thank God.
That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix.
The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Oh, this is gonna make Phoenix's image real bad, ain't it?
I think we've reached the end of the line.
Oh. Oh. Deus Ex Gumshoe.
What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe. What is with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the KILLAR? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal, but the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
Fuck. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. No, we don't. yeah, that's right. I did think Gumshoe was killed by zombies. That's true. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, could you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! That's so goofy. Mr. Edgeworth, please, you've got to buy us some more time.
Court is in session.
Oh, oh God, he didn't give a shit.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying... Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but...
I am reluctant to do this, however, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
This time I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day.
Oh!
Yeah, the public came here to watch a hanging, and they're gonna get a hanging.
The public are just chanting live death from the stands.
Yeah, they want Matt Ungar's head in HD. Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth.
Oh, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. Can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor.
I will send her to the pizza place down the road. They deliver in 30 minutes or less.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for.
Please, Your Honor.
Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that it will not allow another recess today.
So that's the last chance there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
Literally down to the wire. Oh my god.
Right. Well, what's going on with the Maya situation?
To KILLAR, it looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Oh. Wait. Hold on.
Report.
Ah! Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time, just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But to KILLAR left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things?
Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho! I thought you'd ask, pal! I've got the things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really?
That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir! When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran!
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece.
I fucking love Gumshoe so much. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. It's fun. I feel like Gumshoe and Maya would get along very well. If Gumshoe, like in the moments where Gumshoe is not a cop, they would get along very well.
Absolutely.
It's like he's taking Maya's place while she's not around right now. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. What the fuck just happened?
Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me.
Did he get into a fucking car accident? No one can stop me. He got into a fucking car accident! What happened?
It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well.
Gumshoe's dead! What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help.
We have no idea where he is. His cell phone was broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also,
I can't believe Gumshoe died twice in as many streams.
if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them.
No! We can't let that happen.
Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? Yeah, there is. That's right, there is a way.
What? How?
I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Through what?
Who do we ask?
Oh, right. The way he phrased that, I was like, it sounds like a thing and not a person.
Yeah. Why are you bringing up Franziska at a time like this? Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have.
Yeah, is she actually gonna help? Franziska, will she even want to help us? God damn it, Phoenix! Edgeworth.
What is it?
I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided.
The verdict.
Prosecutor Edgeworth here. Yes, bailiff? There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent.
Dick Gumshoe's fucking dead. He's the next. Edgeworth's listed as the next of kin.
Oh my god, he totally would be too.
He would be, yeah.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. I totally wasn't gonna do that. Oh, right. This is a stressful case.
I know.
Alright, hey, let's take a little break.
Yeah, we need to unwind a bit before we jump headfirst into the climax of this case.
Finale! Okay, we'll be back.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Pretty good. I love playing this case.
It's been quite fun watching Luka react to all this.
That's yeah. I love seeing live reactions to the twists in this series.
She's yeah. I watched Charles playing Halo 1 for the first time last night, and there was something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'd say this carries a bit more emotional weight for Luka.
Yeah, like Halo's got some pretty cool plots in that, but like this is like soul crushing from the context that it appears in the series.
Sure is. Hello, Zarboil and Val, again. I just wanted to come by and say hello on voice while y'all took a break. That and ruminate on how Luka is going to take this. Hello, Orphe. Hello, Raven. I still can't wait till we get to till eventually when we get to Danganronpa 2.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. Which characters did you want to voice in that?
Well, I told Luka I'd voice Nagito, so
You've taken this curse upon yourself.
you can say that again.
I definitely want to do Gumshoe. I also Gumshoe. God damn it! I definitely want to be Gundam.
I wish Gumshoe was in Danganronpa.
That'd be rad.
It would.
He's the true ultimate detective.
Kirigiri, your heart out.
Yeah, Kirigiri and Saihara BTFO.
Though I think the real fun is if we ever get to V3.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure she plays V3. Don't you worry.
Still, aside from Nagito, I'm not sure who else I'd want to voice on that particular cast.
Maybe Baby Gangsta.
No.
I'll take that one then.
Maybe Sonya.
That'd be cool. You do good, Sonya. We'll have to do rock, paper, scissors to see who gets Teru and Kazuichi.
Yeah. Luka will probably want to voice Peko.
I imagine so. And Chiaki, probably.
Oh, definitely Chiaki. I'm not even going to try and attempt to make a claim there.
kind of want to do Akane, but I don't know if anyone else wants to lay claim to her as well.
Well, Luka can't voice all the female characters.
Yeah. Can't let her have a monopoly.
Who will voice the Mono Beast? Then again, I suppose we could just round robin that.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that would actually be funnest. There's what? Well, no, I shouldn't say how many cases there are. But there's enough we could all do at least one.
Yeah, for sure.
Then Rochambeau the rest or something.
Yeah, we can just try to figure out who gets stuck with the weirdos and creeps.
Yep. We could just make Luka voice Terra.
Her divine punishment. No, I want her to enjoy the game. I don't want her to be saddled with awful memories of it.
We could have her voice God, what's his name? The ultimate trainer.
Oh, Nekomaru.
Yes.
I mean, she is a cat. Nekomaru is Catboy.
He's something alright.
I can't believe his name literally just means strong Catboy in Japanese.
I mean, he is very strong.
I feel like calling him strong, without saying it in all caps, is a disservice to how strong he is.
Fair.
He's not just strong; he's strong.
I'm a little jealous you've already laid claim to Gundam.
He's like, listen. Have you seen my Twitter display name? I can't not do anything even remotely related to Gundam.
That's fair. That's fair.
I really love
oh.
just like the way he talks is so theatrical. It's so much fun.
Oh, Luca's absolutely gonna want to voice Ibuki.
Oh, probably yeah. She's the closest thing to a bimbo in the game, except for Akane, who's like not the kind of bimbo she usually voices.
I don't know, there's Mikan.
Well, that's a different thing entirely.
Fair, I suppose. There's also Kyoko.
Oh, you said Hiyoko. Sorry, I thought you said Kyoko, and I was like, she was in the first game, wasn't she? My brain was very stupid sometimes.
Did y'all voice characters in the first one?
No, I didn't. I didn't play the first one with her. The first Ace Attorney game was the first one that we decided to do voices for because it's entirely unvoiced.
Right. That's fair.
And it's just a fun experience. It helps spice things up a bit instead of just like watching someone play through a game that's entirely text based.
Ding dong, y'all are wrong.
I think someone actually modded the PC version of V3 to have that when you make a contradiction.
I've got a gif of it.
It's so good. God, I had to review V3, and it was I love playing that game, and it was a good time overall. But I was given less than a week to before the embargo to play the entire game and write my review for it. That is a long game. So I had to pull several all-nighters to get it done in time to write up for it. And I think that playing it in such a compressed time frame negatively affected my opinion of it because I was like kind of burnt out by the end. So if I were to go back and reappraise it, I think I would definitely give it a higher score than I did when I reviewed it.
That's fair. I'm half tempted to plug my Vita back in just to go through 1 and 2 once again.
Yeah, I'm glad that those games are coming out everywhere. I think it's baffling that Nisa hasn't put them on Switch yet. Like Nisa's put a bunch of other stuff on Switch, like Disgaea and the Kaseki games and whatever. But for some reason, Danganronpa is still PC and Sony only.
Are we talking about Danganronpa now?
Yeah.
Hello, Rose, by the way.
Hello. I just came to discuss how y'all were doing, ruminate on the ending of the game, and discuss who was going to voice who in Danganronpa 2. I'm sorry, Super Danganronpa 2.
Hey, Mina, do you want to do Danganronpa 2 instead of Ace Attorney 3 as our next group game?
If you want to, sure. I'm cool with that.
And then we could do Ace Attorney 3 after DR2.
Sure.
I think that was originally the plan we had for doing these games, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Just make sure you put a pin. Make sure you put a pin in the events of Case 2 of this game so you don't forget them.
Oh, right. There's some. You know what? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We don't need to decide that right now.
I'll let y'all get back to it.
Okay. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, it's always nice talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's carry on, shall we? I do kind of want to voice Monokuma, though. Monokuma was a fun character to voice in the Danganronpa 1 playthrough.
Yeah, Rose and I will decide who will be Monami then.
Yeah, like Monokuma is such an energetic character, and he's just very fun to voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Neither of us are happy about this at all.
I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor.
Oh, did it turn out that wasn't the real suicide note at all, actually? What? What's wrong with Edgeworth?
It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then,
What?
Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell us the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impax's suicide note. Yes, this part is excellent. I've been looking forward to it the entire case.
Oh my god.
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery.
Holy shit! Phoenix just threw that out as a last-ditch thing. What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It is a fake.
Holy shit.
Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? We need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida.
Fuck these men.
I know.
Fuck these men so hard. Because it was literally just part of his plan to ruin Matt.
Yeah, this entire case is just like, what if both the defendant and the criminal and the victim were all the worst people possible?
Ugh. Mr. Corda.
Well. It looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all.
Oh, there was no note. Wait, but
she never wrote anything about.
Yeah, no, okay, but Mia, okay, that doesn't mean that she didn't leave a suicide note. That just means that, like, the one that we saw was not the real one. Or is this the game telling me that there was no suicide note?
Yeah, this is the game telling you that even if there was one, it didn't, like, it was inconsequential. Yeah, and yeah, it does totally make sense that, like,
yeah,
Juan faked it, considering Juan was the catalyst for this tragic event, but
yeah,
this
exactly.
note was all about Matt instead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Angard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged.
That's true, though.
Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible.
That does sound very plausible, yeah. This theory that Angard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Oh, no, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. If he was recording him, then...
Yeah. Rose, I already have Mina here as the guiding hand. I don't need you to tell me things, too. The defense
we're all just very excited for you, Luka.
The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Engarde to not have known it was a fake with the camera.
What is this item called again?
It's called a video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but...
Oh, that's right. A camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
As he was playing with a toy earlier in the trial. Mr. Edgeworth.
I really love how this game communicates information sometimes. Like, they don't have to show the judge playing it. They can just show like the picture moving left and right. And
yeah,
you fully understand what he's doing with it.
Yeah.
It's really good, like, minimalist storytelling.
Yes, it's doing a lot with very little.
Yeah,
and I dig that. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engarde would have known that the victim had forged the notes.
So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air.
But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Corrier 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Engarde did not know about.
Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place?
Order! Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured. It came down to this after all.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense.
No, you're not.
When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next?
What next?
Prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through the evidence, but we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor? The prosecution would like to call a witness on the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine.
that's okay.
However, the witness is a little unusual.
Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? The witness is the one who is perfectly fit to answer, and for all the question of... Or once and for all, the question of, who was it that hired Shelley the Killer to commit the murder?
That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's, Yes, go on, who is it?
Is he fucking bluffing?
The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer.
What?
Yep. Oh, Mr. the Killer.
Oh, right, that guy.
Wait, Shelley the Killer?
What are you talking about?
You mean the killer? Or, I mean, the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here? To the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Is this alright with you?
Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well, then. The prosecution calls the witness to the stand.
Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us?
Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please.
Yeah, that's what I was like, they don't know where the fuck he is. How the fuck is he gonna testify?
Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I am a professional assassin. I say, What's going on here? Your Honor? How could you remain so calm? What is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition.
What?
As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. DeKiller will testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about.
The radio has a monocle, even. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. DeKiller himself.
Judge, I would like to remind you that we had a parrot testify last year. This is fine.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley DeKiller. I understand. Please wait a second. Hmm?
Oh, I'm so hungry. Maya!
Maya? A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley DeKiller.
Looks like we've run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida.
This is so weird.
I know.
Like, having somebody on the stand just say, yeah, I did do this murder is bizarre.
Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream.
Shelley DeKiller. What is he going to say? Yeah, what is he gonna say?
There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand.
Yes, Needle, today is Sunday.
It is as my wish that you grasp this concept before I give you the name of my client.
Okay.
Mr. DeKiller seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. DeKiller is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his client and himself thing? Seems to be a level of trust beyond what most people like me can comprehend.
That's fair.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
What is there to cross-examine there? Yes, Your Honor.
It's everything. There's no way to know what's coming next. Stay cool and collected, Phoenix.
No, yeah, this is completely unexpected, actually. This is part of his like... What? Huh? What? Okay. Why did he do this? Because, like, But... Okay. Okay. All of our questions will be answered, I'm sure. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your client's...
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means?
Sorry, go on.
Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright.
That's only because you don't know about Maya's situation. The trust between you and your client?
I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner? This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the DeKiller name so my clients can trust me.
But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust?
It has never happened before, but if it ever did...
Yes?
That person wouldn't be my client for very long. That would certainly... That's enough. Please, no more. Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway.
The judge is gonna have nightmares tonight.
And that is the reason I am here today on the witness stand.
Okay. Well, you're not. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them.
It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of the prescribed role.
What?
The role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
Oh, right, because the killer wants to be the one... Like, he wants people to know that he did it.
Yeah, that's part of his package deal. It's like, I'll kill someone and take the credit for it.
I see.
You. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything.
The judge had better watch himself.
When my testimony is over, you have my permission to die.
We understand, so please tell us the name of your client.
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
Then why are you here?
I still have a few things to say before I do.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's true. I love that the walkie-talkie, like, it emotes in ways that his face never could.
Yeah, like, well, also, like, the walkie-talkie moves, and the killer's sprite doesn't really move at all. Like it's
Not
doing a
good
little
for your
dance.
health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if everything bother you.
Somehow that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff, just tell us the name already.
Agent, try to calm down a little. It's important to try to understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to him to talk.
I'm not his therapist, you know? Oh. What?
Did you press everything?
Yeah. I did.
Try pressing I think maybe you skipped over one. Try pressing the one before this one.
I did this one, though. Yeah.
Did you press the first and second ones?
Yeah. Wait. Oh, wait, no, this does seem new. Wait, no, is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, this is just like... It's one of the ones where you have to double back.
I guess so.
You said that your client had already broken the rules.
A person who frames another as the worst kind of human.
And that's why you feel you can betray this person.
I have no trust relation with the client who can't understand their assigned role.
Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured?
Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic?
This case just keeps getting better and better.
If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed.
Everyone understands your point, I think, really.
In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready.
It's
Excellent.
amazing that Matt is such a scumbag that a professional assassin is willing to sell him out. Yes.
What is it?
Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
You can't ask him, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews.
Oh, wait. What? Huh? What?
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 Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier. Great, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews.
It's mean to her!
What? This can't be. On the phone earlier.
Well, what's going on here?
My guess is that Mr. DeKiller just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back.
Stabbed Edgeworth in the back?
I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Matt Ongard, perhaps.
I knew it.
This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You, Shelley the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt Ongard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was weird that he was going to testify against Matt, so of course he wasn't going to.
Yeah. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean by win this?
Prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim.
Does Mia know what the plan is? Because, like,
No, she doesn't.
getting Adrian convicted is not actually the plan, and it's not a victory for us.
Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. The most definitive of all.
Actually, I guess the victory here is Maya not dying.
Yeah, that's
all she cares about.
Yeah, more than office damage.
Yeah, like, and that's like the whole conflict Phoenix is having is more just with himself, not it's not a shared conflict between him and Mia, I suppose.
Yeah. We have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. DeKiller's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me this means Mr. Matt Ongard is innocent.
I have to object.
I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
He just laughed, he peaced out!
Bailiff, please bring in Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going on, Ongard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya.
Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And Ongard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this?
Who would have believed the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the Killer is certainly lying under oath.
It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews. The suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
What? Mr. DeKiller himself has testified.
He's an assassin, Judge. You gonna trust him?
He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button donning the nickel samurai costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? We're not doing that.
Phoenix?
I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept the not guilty.
You are a lawyer.
I know. But Matt Ongard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than Ongard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Ongard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him?
Yes, you do.
She doesn't seem happy about that at all, actually.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. KILLAR.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But... The witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth, that is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. I'm so sure about that.
Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. KILLAR. Right away, Your Honor.
I like how the only character that you do not have saying KILLAR is Edgeworth, because he would not say that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going for. I'm glad you noticed that.
It's very good.
Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well... Actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is, how things are usually done.
What is he talking about? Usually done?
What shall we have him testify about now? Mr. DeKiller, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes going to court?
That's fair. Says the guy who didn't go to court at all, actually.
As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That fact is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules.
Wait.
This is the most unexpected turn of events for the, 5th time now? However, this time, everything has finally been revealed. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this, do you, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I have a choice here.
Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then...
Then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose.
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
Why is he so shocked by this? Like, Edgeworth literally did that in the last game, right? Like, he basically threw away his entire case to get to the truth. He should expect this of these two by this point. That makes two of us. Yeah, Phoenix and Edgeworth must be fucking exhausted at this point. they're effectively, you know when, like a politician stands up and does a lot of talking?
Yeah, like a filibuster?
A filibuster, that's it. That's basically what they're doing right now.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit.
Yes.
How much is your fee?
I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney.
Huh?
If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial.
Ah, no. I'm not thinking of that.
Mr. Wright.
Yes?
You want to kill me. You want me dead, don't you?
What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor?
Guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You are hereby declared guilty. Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are you not?
Okay, wait. This seems suspect to me.
Yeah, because what information do you have that disproves that?
Is it the juice? But
She poured it for him thinking he was alive, right?
like... She just said that in her testimony, right? There's no...
Do you have any reason to doubt that?
No, but like... You could just say that she was lying.
Well, why would she lie about that when that's the thing that screwed her over? Because it has her fingerprints on it, but the guitar case does not.
That's true. That's a good point. That is a good point. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. KILLAR.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered.
But how? How did you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
A glass?
Mr. DeKillar's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
That is not just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan.
That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planted, they would never have left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what's your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the exact same thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail?
This must be why this guy works in secret. He's very bad at testimony.
It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Corrida's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews is never really your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation?
Because I'm the one that presented it as a possibility?
Phoenix? If the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Wait.
Sorry.
But wait, are we just acting like Phoenix is not the one that brought it up?
Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken.
This is just theater at this point, isn't it?
Yeah. Very well. He kind of like, even though you can't see, you can tell he's kind of narrowing his eyes and like, all right.
All right. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the KILLAR left behind to get here.
So, I've got the art book from this game, and in it there's like really gorgeous like full page art for every character that like shows what the sprites were based off. And one thing that I found really interesting about Shillelagh the KILLAR is if you look at his profile, it looks like he's got his eyes closed, right?
Yeah.
And the official art, like when you look really closely, you can tell they're not closed. He's just like giving a very, very narrow glare at all times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually scary.
You can see little pinpricks right in the middle of both eyes.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure if it'll be visible, but you can check it to see if it shows up on
the next
on
time we see him, I guess.
And you can check the court record, right?
Actually, yeah, I can check the court record. That's right. That might be. No, that's definitely way too small. Also, no, I don't think it's the same here.
Yeah, I'll link it to you after because it's pretty cool.
I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. What items could they? It's gonna be really funny if they're just nothing.
Yeah, just gumshoe rings. It's like I got a couple of paper clips and a Subway coupon, pal.
That's good. Mina?
Oh, are we... Am I reading the... Oh, right, sorry, this is new testimony.
This is not the cross-examination yet.
Right, sorry. The request came to me, about a week ago.
It is very confusing, because the KILLAR's... all of his dialogue is in green.
Yeah.
And usually the cross-examination is in green.
Yeah, I just forgot. It was a request to my services the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what has occurred. I trust my memory, and believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
A week ago? I don't... I don't know if I necessarily have anything to... Wow. Oh. Oh, no, the knife is the murder weapon, right. So it's not relevant there. Okay, yeah, I have nothing to really... But that seems like something that we would be able to disprove. Possibly. I'll press it. 1 week ago. Are you sure?
Yes, I am quite sure. I, of course, have my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When your request came to when you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind.
Please, stop.
In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind.
A specific date and time? Did you ask why on that specific night?
No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I have my own suspicions.
Your suspicions, huh? So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night?
I'm sure it was all for the bear.
All for the vine? The bear?
My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Correa's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me.
He must be talking about this bear puzzle. So he knows what it is. Wait, does he know what's in it? Fuck!
Inside that figurine was a suicide note.
You should not have said that, Edgeworth! Because we could have tested him on what was inside of it because Adrian would know. So there's a possibility that the KILLAR would know. Why did you say that?
Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room.
For a smart man, you're really stupid sometimes.
He was planning to publicly disclose his contents at the press conference, after all.
That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where the bear figurine was.
I see.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Edgeworth is not actually a smarter lawyer than Nick, just more polished at being dumb. That sounds about right. That sounds right.
I don't think any of that information was new.
No. No. I mean, we could have gotten new information if he didn't know it was in the bear, Edgeworth. Fuck. What the KILLAR said sounds plausible, but in the end, it's just his conjecture. No, Your Honor, I don't think it's very important.
Well then, witness, please continue.
Int isn't the major stat for being a lawyer, it's charisma. Yeah, that tracks. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
Oh, sorry, I didn't to do the Bane.
Of course I did.
What was that? What was it with the brief pause? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone nor mail.
Okay.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else.
But I mean, we did see you with Matt, right?
And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony of just now of any importance?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Because, like, again, we didn't really learn anything new there, right?
I mean, I guess we also can't necessarily. Well, I guess we do have strong enough conviction that the bellboy at that time was the assassin, right?
Yeah.
But that is also not new information. But
Yeah, I think you only get, like, one new piece of information in the testimony total, so you gotta pick it carefully.
Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I've already told you, Mr. Wright. I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him.
Ah, well, there we go.
That's what I thought. I can trust this person as a client.
Is that why her name is like an androgynous name?
Yeah, and it doesn't have a pun because across all languages it has to be an alliterative androgynous name.
That's real good. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
Yes, it was. Did you not catch that? If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance.
Oh, really? If that's the case. Witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well.
But as we now know, that was not how it turned out, correct?
What do you mean?
Adrian Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, right?
Well, yes. I suppose you're correct.
So I would like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate?
Edgeworth knows too. Wait, what?
You can present on that.
Oh, yeah. I will literally just... This is really
Just hold a
goofy.
picture of her.
Like, hey, I guess he can't see that. He can't see a picture of her.
And he turned off the radio before she came out last time, too.
Oh, yeah! That's true. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time?
Yes, that is correct.
And that's when you thought he was trustworthy.
How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
What?
Shelley de KILLAR. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
Why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip-up. About her.
So, what is the issue? What did you say just now? About her?
If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Well, we don't want to assume, Phoenix. Come on, man. Oh my god.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
This witness testified to the following. That he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking their request.
But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, this is exactly the point. This means Mr. de KILLAR's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews.
What is that? Is that like oil?
Oil, yeah.
He's not a robot. He's not a robot.
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it had to do with her name, Your Honor. Sorry, for some reason that was really hard for me to read on that background.
That's fine.
Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. de KILLAR, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What?
He's very bad at this.
Gender is a spectrum, Your Honor, and he's on the wrong side of it. What's going on?
Imagine how easy this would have been for de KILLAR to avoid if he had just used neutral pronouns.
I know. Shelley de KILLAR, this court demands an explanation.
With what size gender you wear?
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another.
So does that mean you remember something differently now?
Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
Ugh. I know he's just going to spit out more lies.
Very well, but at this time, please give us the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Can't handle the truth.
God, yeah, I just love how emotive the radio is versus his real face.
It's very good. What?
Yes, now I remember. I took the request by mail.
You literally just said you don't take requests by phone or by mail.
There have been times when I took a job without having met my client.
What?
The request was for the murder of Juan Corrida and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man.
You literally just said
This
that.
is literally the only time you can make a assumed gender joke, and it's not like the worst possible thing you can possibly say.
Yeah, this one's fine, actually. I don't object to this.
So you took this job through a letter?
He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying.
Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us.
I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. That's true, actually. I believe that.
Now then, let's begin the cross-examination.
So... I really wish prior testimony was inputted into evidence so I could just be like, hey, what? Hey, what though? Hey, sir? What are you talking about? But, yeah, thank you, Phoenix. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients?
Listen, Mr. Lawyer, I'm a messy bitch who loves drama. Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible.
But didn't you meet your client? But didn't you meet your client this time?
No, I did not.
Oh, come now. Let's stop this game of cat and mouse.
Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me.
Alright then, just cough it up and confess.
Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words.
You're
a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. de KILLAR was his client? Met his client, rather?
Can I just
I don't think you have any actual concrete proof of it.
No, we just have Will's testimony about de KILLAR meeting Matt. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof.
I see. And the line of questioning was just another waste of time. Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong.
Shut up! Awful. This is weirdly vague. 2 or 3 other things?
Yes, I did the laundry and the groceries as well.
And what were these other things?
The other things that have nothing to do with this case.
What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Fuck it. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Uh-oh.
Mr. Attorney.
Yes?
Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your client?
That's a cute animation.
It's very cute.
That's...
I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one...
Wait! Uh-oh. This is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is this worth pursuing? Is it worth pursuing?
Yeah, I mean, well, these 2 or 3 other things could make or break the case, right?
Yeah... And it's really all we have to go on right now. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell me what these other jobs your client requested were.
It's truly that important. I suppose I don't have much of a choice.
He wanted the cat. The fucking cat.
The bear figurine.
The bear figurine?
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine.
Oh, I was thinking you had mentioned that, like, the client wanted him to take care of their cat.
I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And where was that figurine?
It was inside Mr. Correr's suitcase.
And then, what did you do next?
Haha, and then what?
I handed it over to my client right away.
You gave it to your client. Interesting.
This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you've just stated into your testimony.
As you wish.
So, what's wrong with that statement there?
I don't know.
Adrian did want the bear, right?
Yeah.
But why did she want it?
For the suicide note.
And what was she gonna do with the suicide note?
Burn it.
And what is it not right now?
Burned.
Yeah.
So when... Oh, if he gave it to... So what you're saying is that if he gave it to Adrian, it wouldn't
be there.
It wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
So with that... Do you think this would be...
Yeah, I think you just present it here.
Note? Correct. Shelley to KILLAR. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item?
You can't see it, Phoenix.
I see where you're going.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Where is everyone going? Ready to pack a suitcase?
Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. Yeah, I can, yeah. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it.
Order, order, order. So that's where you two were going.
This track always makes me smile. It just feels so good.
It's very triumphant, yeah. So the very fact that the suitcase note was the suicide note was still inside the bear. I don't know why it's a suitcase note.
The suitcase note.
It tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means... It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client.
Oh.
Order, order, order!
Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement.
No, that's not...
That's enough. If that's your intention, then there is only one thing for me to do.
Wait, please!
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me.
Oh, fuck.
I have a matter that I must attend to.
No, please, not that. Wait, please wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end and I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
Ugh. Gah!
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should...
Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll...
The prosecution... What has come up? Even you are... The prosecution... rests. What's going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? What?
Oof, this is going real bad. Come on, Gumshoe, come on, bud!
Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKillar's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley DeKillar's client is... Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
If I had this trial here right now, then your client, Matt Ongard, would be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder.
Miss Andrews would be charged with murder.
Prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Ongard, to the stand. The items from DeKillar's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out.
I can't believe it.
The outcome now lies in your hands.
We can't, though. We simply cannot do that. God, I hate seeing him now.
Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as truly innocent and a good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent.
Oh, is he really? What the fuck? Why are you doing that?
So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out because everyone knows who he is.
It's already blown now.
Yeah,
like
it's amazing that like they mentioned multiple times early in the case. It's like this guy doesn't seem like a very good actor. It's like no, he's an amazing actor. He's just not, he's not the role you think he's playing.
Well, okay, no, it's because he's always at 95% in acting, and so he has to use the other 5% in being the Nickel Samurai.
Yeah, Mr. On Guard. What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap, it's just as atrocious, don't you agree?
It's not a wine glass needle, it's a snifter.
It's a brandy snifter. Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Should I side with justice or should I save Maya's life? Maya literally told us to find him guilty. Yes. But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. I can only make that distinction because Mina told me that earlier in the stream. It all hinges on what I choose.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter. And to be fair, the only reason I make the distinction at all is because snifter is an inherently funny word.
It's a very funny word.
The person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews. Then your client, Mr. Matt Onguard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer's going to say what I want. Aren't you? Right.
I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client,
Right.
Matt On Guard, he's guilty. Fuck you. Eat shit, dude. Oh.
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt On Guard, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Matt On Guard is... Thank you, Francisca! Francisca von Karma! I've never been happier to see you!
I know, right?
Or happy to see you at all, actually.
God, and her theme coming in, too.
It's very good.
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence here is in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor.
Oh, thank God he's not dead.
All of the items are inside this.
Of course they are.
What a filthy old coat this is.
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere.
I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap these items in.
I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what's inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside this coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
Your final evidence?
I really hope it's just nothing.
This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What?
Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the KILLAR during his escape from the police.
I love that! Oh, Mina, you've given me a gift.
You must have been in quite a rush.
Yeah, Rose, this is a case that has a lot of... This last part of the trial has a lot of Mina characters.
I'm straining my throat to make sure I can distinguish them all. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence.
Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it.
That's all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol.
Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case?
You can ask for questions about all these without having to worry.
More details, okay. Does that pistol have any relation to this case?
We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I cannot say anything for
It's
certain.
probably the gun that she was shot with.
However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least with me. That's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes.
Oh.
I kept the bullets they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test.
So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. No, probably not.
The second piece of evidence is this videotape.
I bet the killer took that from On Guard Mansion. Have you checked the contents of that tape?
Unfortunately, there was no time to.
Oh, yeah.
But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because you came back to his hideout for it.
The killer went back for it?
That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at this site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from the KILLAR. Shelly the KILLAR is no ordinary man.
Huh.
I like to imagine she pronounces it that way just to bother Miles.
If... yeah, she probably heard that he hated how everybody else in the case was, like, pronouncing his name. And she was like, oh, I see. I understand.
Yeah. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform.
That is the one!
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. But it seems important. But also, the killer did fight very hard to get this back.
Yeah.
So it's very obviously something he does not want to be in the possession of the police, or in fact, us.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most relevant one. I'll still ask about it though. Was that used during the crime?
I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets.
There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder.
There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There is a button missing on this uniform.
Why?
A button?
It's not. No, that's a different button.
Yeah, that's just
entirely.
The still corridor's uniform.
Yeah.
It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue.
That is a dead end.
That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
I guess I guess most of Will's stuff isn't actual evidence, it's circumstantial.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that is necessarily the lead that we need at the moment.
It's just as I thought.
Though that Will's testimony does allow us to better paint the narrative of what happened.
Yeah.
Which will still be important. And what is that, Your Honor?
I'm sure were we under no normal circumstances, these items from Shelley to KILLAR's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is, who is the client? Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that.
As far as we know.
Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor! Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. The judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he?
Is this the end?
Phoenix?
I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there?
I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. So you have to make that miracle happen.
I like how Phoenix is like, miracles aren't real, are they? Standing next to somebody who's dead.
Yeah. You've come this far. You can't give up now.
But no matter how you think about it, it's...
Try it for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us.
2?
The first... make Ungard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict.
Huh?
The KILLAR will always place his client's wishes first. If Ungard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go.
I don't think that's gonna happen. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible.
Second way. Force the KILLAR to end his contract with Ungard. If the KILLAR were no longer to think of Ungard as his client, then he would let Maya go.
Mia, that's even more impossible! He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else.
I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first.
So do we just have to prove, somehow, that Matt broke the rules?
Did he?
But I don't think he did.
Think back, what evidence do you have? What's something that you haven't presented yet?
Something I haven't presented yet? I mean... what have we not presented yet?
You mentioned earlier that you hadn't presented this, like you brought special attention to it.
Did I? Oh, the photo?
Yeah. No, not that one.
No, not that one? I mean... we haven't talked about the transmitter at all. Or the Big Bear.
Yeah. Do you remember why the Big Bear was there?
To spy on... or, I guess, to get video... insurance.
And what did he want the insurance for?
Because he didn't trust the KILLAR.
Yeah.
And trust has to be 2 ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's something. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The PC was just shown, he's not accepting them.
Phoenix. Think things through from the other side. Isn't that what always worked for us?
The other side? Wait, does she mean... you mean to turn things around?
Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it?
The person who needs the evidence.
The defense, prosecution, and the judge, we have all seen all the pieces of evidence, and that is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth.
The KILLAR.
That truth, it may be what would bring about the miracle in the end. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then you want to show the evidence to that person?
The judge knows? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for your task with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
My heart is aflutter. One chance.
The passion of youth. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible. To turn the situation around in one try. One try. That is all I will permit.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking On Guard down at the same time.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shelley to KILLAR. John Doe does not exist.
And you gotta show one of the new pieces you just got, since the court won't see it.
Oh. The tape.
Well, this court, what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person?
So this tape must be what was recorded at 8 p.m., right?
Yeah.
For that hour.
If it was something that was so important that he tried to violently recover it.
Yes.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Thanks, Edgeworth.
Bailiff, please bring down in the transceiver from earlier.
All right. It looks like I managed to convince him. How are we going to show this to him exactly? Maya, she's okay, right?
You concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial. Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence?
Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
It was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client not to watch it, so I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you are on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted a camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Shut the fuck up, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
Why did Matt Ongard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There is only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted blackmail on you.
Yeah.
Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. We don't... well, yeah, let's hear it again.
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want.
There we go. We do it. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the KILLAR?
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client.
I have one question for the witness.
Yes.
You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
What if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target.
Oh, hell yeah.
For the honor of the particular name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
Shocker!
KILLAR! I see. That's all I wanted to know.
So the traitor becomes the KILLAR's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
my contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
Hell yeah, time to turn this shit around. What the? I'm not an item! Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, Judge, I'm taking this vehicle by the wheel. I'm turning it around. We're going back.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I actually am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness, and... Miss Von Karma, where did that...
Did Edgeworth do that?
She always has you in her sights.
Where even is she?
Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict.
Yes! Yes! Fuck this slime ball!
I love the way his hair is falling back on his face and he has to slick it back.
Ugh. Mr. On Guard. It looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy.
But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is that alright with you, Mr. Wright? We finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you.
Right.
You choose his fate. Do you want him to get executed for murder or be killed by a vindictive assassin?
Oh. Oh my god. I don't even know.
The power is yours.
He's gonna die either way. Like, that's basically assured. Like,
Yeah, it's just a matter of whether he dies publicly and soon or rots in prison for a while before he's executed.
You know, I'm almost tempted to say plead guilty because it's such a inversion of how every other case has gone. And also it's like, it's also acting in direct defiance of exactly what he wanted. Because he wanted, actually no, but also it's very good if we get him exactly what he wanted and he still dies.
Yep.
Oh, no, that's also very good. I'm doing that. I'm doing that one. Congratulations, Mr. Matt on guard.
Uh-huh.
Please make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left. Your Honor, as always, the defense pleads not guilty.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Matt on guard.
Even if it's not the...
Wait! Please, wait. What's the matter? If I get a not guilty, I'll be killed. I'm...
Oh my god. Seeing him, oh my god. It's really... He just, like, fucked up his entire face, huh?
Yeah, he just freaking mutilated himself. It always looks like we've uncovered the real truth.
That's kind of disappointing. I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard? I left Miss Von Kama in charge of his consideration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whipped leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, Witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I don't want to relive that. That sucked. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved.
Oh, she smiled.
That's actually kind of like, that's actually getting me in the same way that Rise from the Ashes did.
Oh.
Like seeing her actually do like, it's obviously like a trope at this point, but seeing like the cold character like eventually crack a smile, it just hits me in the heart. It's very good.
It's really good. It's very, very good.
Wow, this is the first time I've seen her smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. Even though you, like, totally revealed my deepest, darkest secrets in public. Whatever.
It looks like we've resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to be in good spirits. That is good enough for me. That is all. The court is adjourned.
I am so salty that we do not get to have Matt be acquitted.
I think that him pleading himself for a guilty verdict is so satisfying, though.
Yeah, no, but
he set all this up to get not guilty and bragged multiple times about how you're gonna get him not guilty, and then for you to go like, okay, not guilty, and for him to turn around and be like, no, actually, please, guilty, please, is so good.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair too. I
don't
know.
You know, it's obvious that he wore his hair that way to maintain his pretty innocent boy image, right?
And he just ruined it.
Yeah, he can't hide that now.
He can't hide it anymore.
He's messed up for life now.
Yeah, I guess.
You were great out there, Phoenix.
What I did out there was right, wasn't it?
This is the first time you've not gotten your client off.
Hey, whoa, hey, phrasing.
You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right?
Yes, I understand now.
Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence.
Yeah, no, I imagine that the judge must get worse in later games.
He does good.
Something Claire has, like, kind of, like, vaguely hinted at is that certain characters in the series get, like, vaguely flanderized. And I can see the judge very easily being one of those characters that can get very easily flanderized.
Yeah. But hey, this case isn't a setting precedent. Because, like, they can do this again now.
Yes! So yes, that's also very exciting. Because now Because now my, like, how I think about the cases is going to be different, because I will not just assume that my client has to be innocent. For the most part. Which is interesting.
Obviously, they're not going to do this every case, but they can.
Yeah, they can now. That is a new element of mystery they can just throw into every case now if they want to.
Yeah.
Did you say this yet? I can't remember.
Oh, sorry. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Are we really? This just happened. Oh wait, is this new? No, it's not. Yeah, no, this is not new. We just saw this, Mia.
Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right.
Hi, Edgeworth. Edgeworth.
I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really? But Pearls, you're telling the truth, Mr. Edgeworth?
I just love the idea of, like, she hears that news and then Mia's spirit gets, like, blown out of her
flung out. I was like,
yeah.
This is way more important. Hold on.
Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Ah, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow! She punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Oh, she's crying now. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. Oh, hello. About earlier. Thanks. Ow!
Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect villain record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy?
Yeah. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma.
How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago.
Edgeworth?
For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts.
Is he finally admitting that he was like that?
I use every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then... it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well you should have. A prosecutor who ashamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die.
Oh my god. Just chill out.
That was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. We prosecutors use everything we can to attack the defendant, but every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust that man as well. I fell in love with him.
Yeah, exactly. Gay,
What?
homosexual, gay.
You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks the person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth?
Yes. That's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory. Who ran away into the night.
Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? No, it's because I'm in love with him, you idiot. You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself.
You pathetic fool.
Miss Von Karma.
I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy.
Yeah, but what about... excuse me. Francisco, what about you, though? What about your perfect win record, huh?
You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma.
Oh, okay.
And neither am I.
Alright, there we go.
It's over. It's all over.
Francisca threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Oh my god! She dropped her whip? Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she was saying by this action. You should keep this, right?
Why? Okay. Yay! Maya! Mystic Maya! Yay! The family's back together!
Yeah. All the warriors.
Aww.
What a sweet picture.
Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through! You got on guard convicted like I knew you would! And on top of that, you even rescued me! Well, of course I did! You know I would never desert you! But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever, whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. I believe her, actually. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Aw.
Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, it looks like you've
the
made
family is all back together again.
Yeah.
Two dads and their two daughters.
Hey, it looks like you made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
She needs Berg right now. All right. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Grub, chow. I'm starved. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please.
If you insist.
Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick, food! Good. Oh my god. Is she really gonna make Nick pay for this? Ah! Hey, pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him?
You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai. Why are you still wearing that?
It's the only
It's the only
outfit
clothes he has.
He had to sell all his other clothes to pay for it.
God, poor man. Thanks.
Now looky here, Mr. Stunty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Rat too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight, even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come now. Everyone gather round. Y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer.
Looks like Lana bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go to chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending.
Oh, well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the KILLAR's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item?
Aw, come on, y'all, it's over. But who, boy, I tell you really are something else.
Wait.
Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh?
You think? Why did she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture.
Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where's that picture of yours?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, is it the 4th piece of evidence? Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, Edgeworth?
Thing's picking something up.
Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Ugh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd.
It's on his jacket, right?
Even though you're standing right here. The tracking device seems to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Huh.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton.
Don't fat shame her, Nick.
Yeah, let her eat as much. She was literally starved for 2 days. Give her a break.
Let's see.
Ugh.
I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait.
What?
I just want to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. He fucking looks like Smug Cat so much.
You know. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right?
I feel like words alone aren't enough here. Kiss him! I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. Is there?
The VIP.
The VIP?
The VIP. What's this?
Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her.
You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya? Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. But Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway, let's get off this really uncomfortable plot point, actually. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick. Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. Oh, no. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be anyhow for $3,000.
Why didn't you just get it back from Miss... Okay. It's an evidence, right?
Yeah, it was an evidence. It won't be returned to her for like a year.
Yeah.
Anyway, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all.
Huh? 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 Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
Oh, you don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then, if you say so. Hey! Hey, we did it! That's the end of the video game.
There's still the mid-credit scenes. Never get to see what everyone's up to.
Oh, right. We're not gonna voice these because they go by too fast.
Oh, I like voicing them.
They're just very hard to like talk through. It was easier last time because I was able to pause because we didn't actually get to do this part live.
Yeah, that's true.
Funnily enough, we didn't have the game crash once this time, so that's nice.
Nice, yeah, you must have fixed the issue.
I must have. So I think the issue might have been, I don't know, I think it's something with the way the game handles being in full screen. So like I've just been doing the game windowed this whole time and it's just been perfect.
That's good.
Yeah. Good point, Zarboil. Very good point.
He's a cop again. Sad times.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
I wish he would have stopped being a cop.
Crash again, long and everything is the only way to live.
I agree. I like Dick Gumshoe so much.
He's such a good character.
Yeah.
Damn shame he's cop.
Damn shame he's a cop. Oh, damn shame she's a cop too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
wait.
go.
Never mind.
Not anymore if he's not.
Oh, okay. That's good. At least one of these characters stopped being a cop.
Yep.
I can actually like Maggie without reservation now.
You sure can.
Oh, I'm not even looking.
Would you have fun, Luka?
Yeah. Well, it was up and down.
Yeah, you'll have that.
It's like okay, so it's like the first two cases are like going like the roller coaster climbing, right? And then the third case is the drop.
Yep. That's
And then I guess like the fourth case is like it just climbs again, and then it's just like a plateau.
something like that.
Something like that.
I think the third case is sad because we're just gonna tuck the third case in its own pocket of criticism.
Yeah.
Third case aside, I think my biggest issue with the game is that you don't really have a lot of time with Franziska. Like, she's only the prosecutor for two cases in this game.
Yeah, that is an issue. Because like technically with Ace Attorney 1, you get to go up against Edgeworth for like 4 cases, right? Technically,
Yep.
including the DS, including From the Ashes.
Only 3, because you're with him with 2, 3, and then 4. He's the defendant.
Oh right. Oh yeah, there was Von Karma, right? I totally forgot he existed. Actually, Franziska has already completely overshadowed him in my brain.
Just superseded him in your mind.
Yeah. And From the Ashes is like a really long case, so you get a lot more time with Edgeworth to see like what he's really about.
Yeah. But don't worry, Franziska does show up in future games. She gets a lot more development.
That's good. Like I would be really disappointed if she was just in this game.
Yeah, don't worry.
Does Ace Attorney 3 have more of the weird Mia Pearl stuff?
There's once, I think.
Alright. That's great.
Yeah, I think it only happens once, thankfully, but it does happen.
Maya's pretty available for most of 3.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. She's not being kidnapped or being accused of murder.
Oh, I like
this is the part you like.
I like Adrian so much.
Look at this, look at this.
What? How old is Adrian?
23, I think.
Why?
Just wondering. Because that just that one line, that could very easily become a ship too.
Yeah.
He has a homepage?
www.thekillar.com. Thanks, Shinji Mikami.
Thanks, Shinji Mikami.
You're welcome.
You probably. Oh my God, Rose was Shinji Mikami this whole time, and we never knew. Are we gonna get to see what that fourth thing is?
Of course we will.
Wait, who's this?
Where are you going,
Oh,
Francisco?
okay, that makes sense.
How did you know I was here? With this. That's...
She has his jacket?
Yeah, she kept it.
Why?
She's just
I don't know.
weird.
She likes it.
She likes to smell
Yeah.
it.
Okay, don't make it weird.
I heard you were planting things on a certain person.
You know
Things
how
like-
bad it is when I'm the one saying don't make it weird?
Yeah.
Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage.
I'm sure.
But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting.
Yeah, we can just skip this.
4 scenes? It seems to be the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter.
Well, that's true. That's
Right. I don't.
accurate.
Franziska.
I will concede that point.
So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure, such a thing is not an option for me.
Or else
My
what?
father was a genius. There's no doubt about that, but
He was also a criminal.
me, I'm no genius. I've
Also,
always known that.
raging a-hole.
Yeah.
But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away.
Yeah, because you need a whip to be a prosecutor, Francisca.
It's like her
Thank you,
version of the ace of his defense badge.
Exactly.
Yeah, oh yeah, she shows it to everybody whenever she starts investigating.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess she does, doesn't she?
Try to give me this to hold on to.
Have you
Right.
seen her without it?
No.
You used to know this would happen,
Exactly.
didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked all ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you.
Whoa.
And then, finally, my chance to take revenge when you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge.
Damn, she really is a petty bitch.
I see.
much.
You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been into today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews?
She's already forgotten.
You're going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right?
Oh. Oh!
You chased after me, after I left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. I have no intention of stopping. If you stay, you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path. Then, this is where we part ways, Francisco von Karma.
Oh!
I am Francisco von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now, so you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, it's so cute, actually. She cry.
Yeah.
Aww.
It's like the most heartbreaking sprite. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you. I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again.
But... Aww! Oh, that's so cute, though! Oh, I like that.
It's really good.
That's really good. Oh my god, we do it.
And that's the true end of the game, and I'm so happy they had that one last scene between those two.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's whack that they're siblings, but they never have a full conversation in the entire game until that point.
Yeah. Like, and that feels really deserved.
Yeah.
Trials and Tribulations next.
Yep.
Oh, hey! Thank you to both of you for joining me today. Even though, Rose, you were here very, very little, but you still joined. You still hung out.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. So, like last time, we're gonna take a break from Ace Attorney for the next game. I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna do with this next. Because I think I do want to do Ace Attorney 3 next, and then we'll return to Danganronpa after.
Yeah, before we jump into the second trilogy or the spin-offs.
Yes, that makes sense to do.
That's a good question for you, by the way. Do you want to do the spin-offs first or the second trilogy first? The Miles Edgeworth spin-offs take place right after the third game, but they're not connected to the plots at all.
When did the second trilogy release first?
So it's complicated. So Apollo Justice released right after the third game, like a couple years apart from the DS release of the third game.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, the first Miles Edgeworth spinoff came out, and then the second Miles Edgeworth spinoff came out, and then 5 and 6 came out on the 3DS.
Oh.
But they're both self-contained sagas. So if you want to just play the Miles Edgeworth games, that's its own self-contained story. If you just want to play the second trilogy, that's its own self-contained trilogy. So I would recommend doing them as a group together instead of kind of bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think we'll do the second trilogy. I think we'll do that. Okay. And then after that, we'll do the spin-offs.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So hey, since today is technically the Ace Attorney stream that we were going to do tomorrow, I'm gonna take tomorrow off. On Tuesday, we're starting a full Let's Play of Persona 2. Apparently, that's gonna be
Good luck
wild.
with that.
That's gonna be that's gonna be wild to do. And then on Wednesday, we're gonna be doing Resident Evil 2 as the interim game between Ace Attorney games. So wait, is that right? Yes, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's everything. That's all the housekeeping stuff I have to say. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. And as always, good sleep.
Thanks, everyone.